Hi guys, Coach Jackie here with Effectus Athletics, and today I just wanted to spend some time talking about how to keep a good thing going. Over the last 6 weeks, our goals have basically been to create lifelong sustainable habits. Our focus was on recognizing our own independent goals and what was needed to get there. This, of course, varied from person to person. Just a couple ideas, like was it important to you to improve your health markers, such as cholesterol, blood pressure, percentage body fat, or was it important to you to learn how to plan your meals for your family, to set a good example for your kids? Was it about improving performance and learning to eat enough food to fuel your performance? So depending on who you were, your goals varied, but whatever your goal was, now is like the perfect opportunity for you to spend some time reflecting. How far have you come? Was your goal reached? What daily action items helped you to get closer to your goal? How consistent were you at this? And did your consistency change over the 6 weeks? So as the 6 weeks went along, did you continually get better at drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, doing things like taking the stairs, just random healthy habit, good choices, taking your daily supplement. So kind of spend some time, like, did these things eventually become unconscious behaviors on a regular basis, or did they still require some effort? Our goal is eventually for you guys to get to that point where these are just unconscious decisions that you make on a regular basis every single day. Another good thing to spend some time thinking about: what daily action items caused you to move forward, and then what daily action items maybe caused you to take a few steps back, and how can you work to change this? These are all good questions to kind of sit down, spend some time to reflect on. And a couple other things to think about: what helped you be successful in creating healthy habits over the last 6 weeks? Was it the community aspect? Was it the buddy system? Are you super competitive? Was it the game atmosphere? And then how can you do your best to keep these positive influences a part of your daily life? Whether that's maybe checking in with somebody regularly at the gym, maybe making workout dates at the gym so that somebody is relying on you to show up, grocery shopping dates, meal prepping, maybe even splitting, like where one person makes a meal and you share. These are just awesome ideas on how we can continue to keep the positive things in our environment that made this made creating healthy habits easier and more successful. Working towards health and staying away from sickness is an ongoing process. So no one is perfect. I can guarantee that as life goes on after this challenge, that you're going to run into some tough times, some stressful times, some chaotic times. But I can tell you that kind of the point of this challenge was to create these unconscious decisions of health. And kind of what I mean by that is, in life things are always going to come up, but we always have that choice. The choice of the cheeseburger versus lean chicken, the choice of using alcohol as a stress reliever versus coming to the gym, the stress of learning to say no when our schedule, or the option of learning to say no when our schedule is too full. We have the choice to plan our days, we have the choice to plan out our weeks, we have the choice to time block. So keep these things in mind, and then how will you keep your health at the forefront and continue to make progress in these most stressful times? So think of some of the ways that I've been really successful is thinking of these situations in which I had no time, in which I was really stressful, in which in the past maybe I made some unfavorable decisions. And again, going back to how can I eliminate that decision before I get there? So if I can have a plan going into some of my most stressful weeks, when I know I'm going to have multiple exams, or we have some events going on at the gym, so that could mean stuff in your work life, or your kids have a lot of activities that week, how can you plan ahead of time to take that decision out of the process so that that healthy choice is already sitting there waiting for you, and it's just a lot easier to be successful that way. So the challenge was set up with a few things in mind that we kind of already talked about, but our goal was to build on healthy habits, not throw everything at you at once. We also wanted to create something that we felt was sustainable, something that wasn't so restrictive that you defaulted to old habits afterwards, something that made you see how you can incorporate meal planning even into the most busiest of lifestyles. I hope that each of you took more than just a few things away from the last 6 weeks, but there are two things that really come to my mind that I want to leave you with because I know that they largely impact people's health, quality of life, and fitness on a regular basis. These have kind of been at the forefront of the last 6 weeks, and I know we talked about this a lot in our kickoff meeting as well. But planning is a must. It's like I feel like I can hear my dad and my grandpa right now, but if you don't plan, you are planning to fail. And I really do believe in that. This can be accomplished, again, on many different levels and many different scales. But we talked about a few different ones. So we talked about, I guess, kind of the most extreme levels, time blocking. And it's okay if you're not quite there yet, but starting on a little bit simpler basis on Sundays. What days that week are you going to work out? What days are you going to make meal prep or make dinners that week? And what days are you going to kind of rely on leftovers? And kind of starting there and then maybe building off of that by time blocking your kids' activities and planning around, okay, well, I know I'm going to have to run Jimmy and Johnny here and Sandy over here. How are you going to accomplish that? And how are you still going to make healthy habits along the way or healthy choices along the way? And then continue to build off of that. So my next point is that this is a never-ending process. Your health and fitness isn't something that has a start and an end date. I use this analogy, the shower analogy, a lot. You've probably heard me say it, and mainly it's because it works. So obviously, if you stop showering, it's inevitable that you're going to begin to stink. If you stop taking care of your health, you stop prioritizing your fitness, it is inevitable that you're going to move away from health and fitness and you're going to move towards sickness on the health spectrum. So the best thing that you can do for yourself moving forward is to continue to work towards fitness on the health spectrum. This can mean many different things, but I encourage you to continue to pursue self-efficacy. To reflect, this fly is just killing me right now, to reflect on your daily action items and note if they are helping you move towards health and fitness on this spectrum. Are they causing you to take a few steps back and move towards sickness? So my two things, planning is a must, and this is a never-ending process. So learning to adapt to new environments, new situations, new jobs, new kids' activities, kids starting school, kids being on summer break, it's never ending. But I can tell you that having a plan in place sure makes continuing healthy habits a lot easier. Having support in the gym, in the community, again, makes things a lot easier. So I encourage you guys to really spend some time thinking about the last 6 weeks, what things helped you, what things set you back, and how are you going to continue to move towards health and fitness on this spectrum outside of this challenge. Our hope was literally that each one of you were able to challenge yourself over the last 6 weeks in areas that you felt you needed to improve on, that could change your quality of life. But now again is like that time to reflect, see what has changed, see how